What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. Not much to talk about, but we got to talk about it. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. Roster update, man. We have made the following roster moves: signed cornerback Bassie, cornerback Antonio Helmington Senior, my bad, and linebacker Duke Riley. We also released DN for Hoku Jr. I'm sorry if I messed up your last name. My apologies. Cornerback Allen George and linebacker Dominique Hampton placed Lucas Naing and Kevin Seymour on reserve injured list. And it's kind of shocking to a lot of fans because if you know, Dominique Hampton was one of AP's first draft class picks in the fifth round. We drafted Dominique Hampton out of Washington. He was a safety. Um, AP and I guess Dan Quinn and the coaching staff kind of seen him more as a linebacker, so they converted him to linebacker, and it just didn't seem like it panned out for him. In my heart of heart, I really thought that he was a better safety than he would have been a better linebacker. I just didn't see that type of physicality, being brought to him playing the linebacker role. I thought he was more of just an overtop free, lengthy free safety. That's just I thought he was more of a free safety than a strong safety, in my humble opinion. If y'all disagree, let me know in the comments. Based upon what I saw from his highlight tape, some of his collegiate tape, he looked more like he played that deep middle safety, free safety spot. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Yes, so that is our first releasing of one of our draft picks. I'm not gonna put too much into it. He was a fifth round pick. Everybody's not gonna hit. Every pick that we make is not gonna be future Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, all pro guys that we bring on to this team. I know we have hit with potentially three of our picks. JD, Mike Sanders still. Johnny Newton is still up there for debate. But a lot of people like what they seen out of Brandon Colvin. And there's still questions about guys like Ben Sinnott. Again, there are multiple things that are going on with last year's draft class and this year's draft class, and we're still trying to iron this thing out. Again, not every pick is going to hit. I kind of foreseen. I mean, you could kind of foresee the Duke Riley signing that it was going to lead to someone being released. I'm not saying that's 100% what it was, but that's what ended up happening, right? So that is our roster update for right now. As the weeks go on, we're going to continue to see some more things happen. And there's no Terry news today, so let's go ahead and keep on moving on. Let's listen to this.
I'll admit right now I'm kind of making a cheap shot. I was kind of put off by like B Rob, who's been on our show a million times, who's like fighting for his professional life, and he was dressed like he was freaking Bono or something. Like he had the sunglasses on, he had a chain. I don't even think Mr. T would wear, and it just looked like this guy just thought he was the world's biggest rock star. Was he was on the sideline? That's fine. Enjoy your day off, and
instead of wearing just a regular T-shirt.
No, it just be you. That's fine. I don't care. It just there was just like a moment of like, what does this guy think he's like Emmett Smith or something? Like, does he think he's Walter Payton? You got a seventh rounder fighting to try to take your job, and I don't know. For some reason that bothered me a little. That just bothered me because this is a team that's won nothing. We had a good season last year. We won nothing. Kind of had a disappointing season last year, and it's a cheap shot.
And then you see Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner just wearing
they're a little more down to earth, a little bit more down to earth. And listen, I think Brian's a fine guy. I'm just
you just didn't like it.
It's just a cheap shot. I admit it's a cheap shot, but
All right, that's pretty much what EB out of Sports Junkies had to say about his thoughts about B Rob. And I'm a preference by saying this. I'm not gonna go too much in depth into this thing because it's the national media. Like I rarely like listening to national media, national radio, sportscasters, like people that just talk locally, even the local guys. Like, yes, national, local media. I don't. I hear it. I listen to it. I rarely like care about what they're saying. And again, I'm not trying to sound mean or anything. I don't give a fuck. I don't like the sports junkies. Like, it's like they're so like wishy-washy with the team. It's like when they're doing good, it's like all is well. And I guess that's like maybe like the typical fan mindset, but that's just not mine, bro. It's like you can't butter up and talk good about us and then talk shit about when we're playing bad. Like, and we've been playing bad for some years, for some time now. So they haven't had much good things to say about the team. And this is just a form of like, why? Why EB? Why even go down this road about how B Rob is dressed on the sideline? Like, you do not see this in the national media. Good teams, bad teams, horrible teams. Like, every player on the sideline, and I'm not trying to make it a racial, thing, but the black guys wear chains, man. You got some white guys who probably do wear chains too, but yes, predominantly of the players that are black are going to be sitting on the sideline. They're going to, we just saw, and again, I'm not comparing the players because it seemed like you're saying because he is fighting for a roster spot that he is not to be, he need to be taking it more serious. He need to be damn near in sweatpants because the other dude brought up Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner because they was in sweats and like pretty much gym attire or like just relaxing, hoodie. Maybe I ain't even see what the hell he had on. I wasn't even paying attention. I was more focused on why we had 30 points put on our head. But that's over and done with, right? You are really concerned about a guy that, yes, he is fighting for. Yes, this is the last year of his contract. Yes, do he need to, fully lock in? But how can you have an issue about him being fully locked in just because he's on the sideline with a big ass chain and sunglasses on and maybe with his hat tilt backwards or, turned backwards? Like, come on, bro. Like, you just trying to find something negative to say. And this is like one of my issues with mainstream media, local mainstream media. It's like y'all always try to find something negative to talk about or make something negative to make it a storyline. Like, this is not something that we should be even hearing from the sports junkies. But that's their MO, if that makes sense. If y'all know, y'all done heard the sports junkies. It's like they up and down with they commentary. It's like at one point they saying something good, then the second point they saying something bad. But it always seems like somebody in that group got to bring in the negative. That kind of makes it's that Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless camaraderie, like that back and forth. Like, you got to say something bad to make it like worthy of listening to. And I just hate mainstream media, local mainstream media. I don't like, it's just like, man, but to hear that, it's just like, you don't think B Rob knows that this is his contract year, that he knows that, hey, he needs to get at least a stack this year to, get a contract to stay with this team, that he don't hear a lot of the fans saying, hey, man, we good with B Rob, man, go get us somebody else. They screaming Bill, at practice. You don't think he hearing none of that? So that should make him walk onto the sideline for a preseason game that he's not playing in and switch up his demeanor or switch up his attire to conform to or make you feel, warm and fuzzy inside. Like, that shit is, boy, I hate mainstream media, bro. I just don't like it, bro. I like finding authentic guys that played in the game, that got their own podcast, that's given like the real, like, they giving it from an analytical standpoint, but they also attaching some of their time playing in the game as well. Like, and this is why a lot of players don't fuck with local media and mainstream media, because y'all try to turn everything into a negative story, like a story. Like, this shouldn't be something that our fan base should be having to even see, but it happens, right? It's never going to stop. They're going to continue to be who they are. I respect it, do y'all, but this is just, it's whack. It's whack to me that you're making this and then you're going to admit that you're taking a cheap shot. Come on, bro. Go find something else. If you ain't had nothing else to say, bro, just be like, yeah, they ain't nothing to talk about this week. Like, they got killed, they got beat, everybody looked bad, and focus about the game. Like, talk about that. I'm not sure this is just a snippet of what y'all was talking about, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, Quinn said there's concern about the offensive line meshing because of some injuries. Coleman, Still out. No Cosme yet said it can impact the nonverbal cues that result from working together and while having good cohesion. And y'all already know, man. In them trenches, you gotta be knowing what the man next to you is doing. And when you start having injuries and guys start getting plugged in, it's like you're used to, like knowing what the person next to you is going to do without you even like having to tap them or alert a call to them, you know what I'm saying, like, or point out who they got. Like when you got your star guys playing, it's like that cohesion, that cohesiveness, like it comes together where the nonverbals is like automatically picked up. All right, I already know what he's doing. Or when a certain call is yelled out, all right, I know what Biotis is going to do if Brandon Coleman is there, and I know what Laramie Tunsil was going to do. Vice versa, if Cosme in there, he know what Wiley or Connolly Jr. is going to be doing, and what Biotis is going to do, and they know how to work off of one another. So yeah, I can understand why Dan Quinn said that, because it could throw off the rhythm of the offensive line and defensive line at some points. And here go our running back build, the 7th round pick that EB was talking about, fighting for the #1 spot. I guess this is what you're looking at. This is what you want to see. This is how he should have came out on the side of the sideline. But a lot of people say he's the #1, man. So Dan Quinn also spoke about it was going to be a light jog today at practice, and he's also doing Burgundy versus Gold, and they're going to do a walkthrough, separate coaches, separate training staff, all that in preparation for tomorrow's live scrimmage against one another. So it's going to be, like he said, it's going to be similar to a joint practice, but it's going to be both teams, Gold and Burgundy, on the opposite sideline, and they're going to be competing. And I think you kind of need that, because what we saw yesterday, yeah, we need to see some competition back at the train. Like, you got to, like get these guys going, because that wasn't a good showing. So I'm excited to see how that comes out. Laramie Tunsil was back out there today. He's talking to Dan Quinn here. I think it was reported that he had some type of groin, injury. But Dan Quinn said they're going to work him in a little bit tomorrow. Again, like I said, I don't got to see him until week 1. He's already proven. Some guys just get that special treatment, man. If y'all know, man. Just some people get special treatment. And it is what it is. It's nobody should be taking it harshly. And here go JD. Hey, getting that chill on. Debo joining there. Shout out to Debo and JD, man. Still building up that chemistry, man. And again, like I say, this is Dan Quinn saying there's going to be a Burgundy and Gold game tomorrow. So I'm intrigued to see that. Like I said, man, there wasn't a lot being reported on about today except for the roster update. Some of the guys being let go, us losing Dominique Hampton, one of our draft picks, from the new regime coming in. And then there's some updates on some of the injuries. Some guys still, we want to see out there, Jordan McGee. But it wasn't real much of an update. He said, Dan Quinn said he's going to give more of an injury update tomorrow before practice. So y'all stay tuned in there, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all make sure y'all drop a comment. Let me know how y'all thought about the roster moves, or how y'all feel about some of the guys we cut, some of the guys we added. Also, like the video and subscribe to the channel, man. Raise hell. I'll catch y'all on the next one, baby. I'm out.